really blown away by the whole thing that you're doing. It's incredible. Can I? Did you?
Yeah, go.
Did you make this?
You go wherever.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a creation that's kind of in the making here. It's a very cool idea. I'm not sure where the idea originally started from. The issue is that you always need a bigger dinghy, but you can't afford a bigger boat.
Right.
So this is really the answer to that, which is really nice. And so it's a nesting dinghy. So when it's together, it's 4 meters. So it's, I think, 14 feet or something like this. So it's quite big when it's together, and it's very wide and flat and stable, and it has a lot of air compartments. On the forward bit, there's a big air compartment with a hatch so that we're able to put our stuff for sometimes when you're going to go onto the beach and maybe you have to go through water and you want to keep it dry. And when it's apart in two, it's 2.5 meters. You can just fit it on the foredeck really nice, and so it's plenty big for all of us. 2 people can oar, so it's quite efficient, and you can sail as well. And it's cold molded, so it's very light but extremely strong. It weighs under 50 kilos. It's about 48 kilos, which is like 105 pounds or something like this. So Natasha and I can just lift it no problem anywhere.
Did you make this or buy
Yes, I did.
this?
I made this last year.
Wow.
So got to the point where the kids were getting too big and
Yep.
we couldn't fit everybody anymore, and so I just made it cold molded with strips of wood, basically, with western red cedar, which makes it very, very strong, but also very, very light. So you make one boat, an entire boat, you put 2 bulkheads in it and saw it in half. Which is the weirdest thing, sawing a brand new boat that you just made, cutting it in half. So it's kind of an interesting, yeah.
Oh, she's doing laundry.
Yeah.
That's awesome. This is just amazing.
The kids don't know any different, you know?
No, this
Their
is...
entire life.
Yeah, this is all they know. They don't
Yeah.
know. The kids don't normally grow up on
No.
sailboats and voyage the world.
Yeah. It was great. Luna, when she was younger, I think she was maybe 4 years old or something like this. We were at somebody's house and she saw the 2 knobs that were on a sink. So she goes and she asks the lady, she says, "Which one's for salt water and which one's fresh water?" The lady looked at her like, "What? You're definitely a boat child."
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly.
So you've got a Manson? Is that a...
Yeah, there's Manson, yeah. What's your...
Do you like it?
Yeah,
So what's
yeah,
good?
that might be my favorite equipment.
Really? Manson anchor, really?
This design is incredible. Of
Yeah.
course, when you don't have an engine, you must rely on good anchors, and so we have 3 anchors. One is just a throw anchor. It's very light, and we'll use it for a break or getting into harbor sometimes, or just for a very short amount of time. But this is our primary anchor. I've never ever had it drag. I've never had it not catch, you know, so they're pretty foolproof.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the best. I've had CQRs, I've had Bruces and things like that, but
Manson.
that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
And you raise it by hand?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
raise it by hand. It has 40 feet, 12 meters of chain, and then the rest is rode.
Yeah.
So for this boat, it's more than plenty. We were in Bermuda. There was quite a big storm that came through, and the wind shift happened, and it just started blowing, and it was about 50 knots in the anchorage. The whole anchorage was completely white, and but you know we didn't move an inch, which is, and I was feeling pretty happy, even though considering the situation, you know. But it was great. So yeah, have a good anchor. You sleep well.
Yeah, definitely. Did you like Bermuda?
Yeah, Bermuda was very interesting. Yeah, it's a very cool place. I loved how they don't have any government supplied or state supplied water. Everyone's responsible for collecting their own. So all the houses on the roofs, they have this kind of channel system that they make out of the concrete, and everybody in their basement has tanks. And so everyone collects their own water. So if you run out of water, it's like your fault, you know? So they were all saying, like, you know, when it's like a big storm comes through and it's raining like crazy, like people just, it's so nice because they can take like, you know, 40 an hour minute shower. You know? So that's cool.
Do you have a favorite place that you've been to?
Yeah, I mean, other than Iceland, We've really liked the San Blas Islands. It's kind of like one of the last few places on the earth where the Indians have managed to stay traditional, and not much has changed in thousands of years with them, even though technology around them has changed, and mainly through really strict rules. They're always accepting of foreigners visiting, but even if a foreigner is to marry a kuna, which are the type of Indians that live there, then they have to leave themselves. So they don't allow any foreigners to live in the area, even if they were to marry the kuna themselves. And so they're allowed to marry the kunas, but they just have to leave. They're not allowed to.
That's amazing.
To be there. And in that way, it kind of keeps it as, I guess, as pure as possible. But yeah, they have these great sailing canoes, and I got to go fishing with an Indian, and we sailed out. It was like 12 nautical miles in this dugout canoe, and this really cool like lantern sail, and we went out there in old-fashioned navigation where he was just kind of looking around, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is the spot. This is a good spot. You know, we started fishing, and
Wow.
yeah, it was great. Bermuda was good. So. Hello.
Yes,
How are you doing?
I am fine. Hello!
Hi!
I'll open the door.
Okay.
You think you have cable loft?
I believe so. We have a pretty long one. It'll be close. I can run it right now and give it a
Let me see if our
Give it-
connection.
give it a whirl. Yeah, I'm gonna get the cord, but you.
Oh, yeah.
You can look around.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you could just go wherever you want.
Thank you so much. It's such a beautiful boat. It's really amazing. Look at that. Wow, I've never seen a boom.
Yeah, that was a
Like-
80s creation. There.
An 80s creation.
It was.
I really like our boat to climb on. That's what I really do.
You like to climb around on your
Yeah.
boat. There are all these places where you can
Yeah,
hold
like you
on
can
and
hold
swing
on.
around.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about living on a boat?
Seeing dolphins.
Seeing dolphins.
Fishing. I like it because you don't have to stay in the same place over and over.
Right.
You can go to new places and meet new people. We can keep going for years saying who we know,
Wow.
because we meet so many different people. And I like climbing on things because there's lots of ropes and stuff. And learning new languages, I love that.
How many languages do you speak, or what do you speak?
4, I think.
4 languages?
Spanish, English, Icelandic, and a little bit of French.
Oh my goodness. Did you like Iceland?
Yeah, Iceland was the best place I've been to.
Really, your favorite place?
Yeah, it has just great schools. The schools are just awesome because you don't stay in the same table, writing, reading, math, writing, reading, math. There's
Instead in
carving
Iceland-
lessons,
Whoa.
knitting, sewing,
sewing.
swimming, art. There's just everything.
It's really
There's
much
even
cooking.
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 She's going into 5th grade and I'm in 4th grade.
Wow. Do you like the sailing part when you're way out in the ocean?
Yeah, I like
Well, it
Only-
depends if it's calm or if it's rough.
Oh.
I don't like it when it's rough. I'm
Right.
always inside sleeping.
it.
Yeah.
But when it's calm and we're just sailing in the
And
middle of nowhere, I come out here and
Yeah,
join
and
my
we
dad driving. and
when we
sometimes
sometimes we drive, and sometimes when there's no wind,
my dad goes inside and takes a nap.
Aye.
and
We're
then
outside
we're
driving.
outside driving, and then we fish. Wow. We take turns. I fish and she drives. Then we
Really?
Take turns.
Do you like fishing?
Yep.
Yeah,
Wow.
fishing is great.
Hi. I saw you doing laundry.
Yeah, that's been a while.
That's
Since we were in the
wonderful.
Caribbean, I haven't done laundry because of the cold weather,
Yeah, yeah.
outdoors. I've always looked for a washer and dryer. So this is the first time, and it seems like we'll see how long it takes to dry.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's hard now that we've been in places where there's not a lot of boats, It's harder to find facilities.
Right.
Wi-Fi, laundry, showers.
Right. Messenger.
Here's Messenger. studio loft of a boat.
Yeah, it
no?
feels like a studio loft.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
feels
There's like no. It's not like your typical little cruising boat. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
This is beautiful. Oh yeah, you covered your mast with reflectix also because it gets cold. Yeah, we did that too.
In their rooms, this is in the back is where they have their
I see.
their rooms. There's 4 racing cots in the
Right.
back. You know, this
I sleep here,
You sleep there?
and Kariba sleeps here,
That's so cool.
and my sister sleeps there.
On the other
And
side,
then
Yeah,
there
there's 2
is
more.
clothes.
there's what?
Clothes. There's our clothes.
Oh, back you store your clothes there.
If we're heeled over like that,
Yeah,
we could fall over. So
that's amazing. Have you ever fallen out?
no, only my sister has when we were actually anchored, and she's just moving all around, and then she just went.
Oops.
But she didn't wake up. We found her on the front.
Really?
Yesterday morning, she's like.
She was
"No,"
sound
and then
asleep.
Then we wake her up. We woke her up, and she's like, "Whatever."
You've got a nice table here, a navigation
Yep.
station
Yeah.
We
desk.
You're right here.
It used to be a stand-up chart table. It went all the way across. 'Cause, you know, this was just like a racing boat. You know, so
My dad.
he sort of like chopped it off and built that seat so that we can sit there.
A great place to sit and work at the desk. Wow.
We keep our stuff.
And yeah, it's just like a studio loft of a boat. You know, it's just very open. It's not your typical cruising boat. We sort of wanted to keep it that way, sort of like light
Simple.
and racing and simple. So we did a couple of things, but for the most part, we left it, you know, as it was. No water tanks or, you know, that way it would keep light. We just carry our water in jugs
Yep.
that we fill up. And I'll show you, we have here in the galley, we have 1 foot pump for the fresh water. That's just the hose
I
that
see.
goes into these jugs that we
Wow.
just can carry anywhere
Yep.
in the dinghy or whatever and fill up. And then we have another one for salt water for just washing dishes and things like this. Jay built this sink because there was no sink. Out of fiberglass and attached it to the top here. There used to be like a little sink back there. I don't know how people reached it. Because this actually was all the way to here. So I imagine you had this here, a whole foot. So you really, I don't know how they wash dishes,
So
but
you modified the cabin top?
yeah, he did. He just cut all this out and this receded this whole area 1 foot less because there was like an additional foot in the cockpit that you really didn't need, and we needed more headroom in the galley and in the chart table. It also made the stairs sort of go back another foot.
Huh.
So we did that.
That's
and
incredible.
yeah, so it's great. The boat is made for 8 crews for racing. So whenever there was delivery, you can have 2 on watch and 4 sleeping, and that's why there's 4 racing cots in the back
Aye.
that are adult size. And it's great because you sort of have to duck to get in there, but the children don't have to, you know, because it's sort of like at their height.
Perfect
So it's great. They can sleep back there, and then Jay and I just sleep here.
We
Yeah, we just pull the
this
table
in,
over and then pull that
this,
out.
and then this is like flat here.
I see.
It's big.
And we just sort of like, it's sort of like a camper van in that style. You
Yeah.
just make the bed and make it up during the day. And
Comes your couch during the day.
yeah, we the plan was to build a master bedroom up in the V-berth that we could just sleep in when we were at an anchor or, you know, in a harbor, and we wouldn't really use it underway, but we never got around to it. So it's just like our storage room where
Storage
we keep all of
area.
our sails.
The garage.
Yeah, it's really big. And then Jay built a watertight bulkhead there where the anchor is beyond that. So then we just have a head and closet. We kept it, you know, just very, I made these out of material so that it breathes and things don't fall out.
Here are books.
Really,
Bucks.
you know, we have very little belongings.
Right.
You know, we don't have a lot. I'm constantly shuffling things, you know, so when people give us things, I give away older things. You know, like people are always giving us hand-me-downs, clothes and stuff like this, toys. Whatever fits in that box is what they can have. So whenever they get new things, then we get rid of other things, and we just try not to accumulate too much. And like, for example, like right now we have sort of like our fall wintry clothes out, and all the summer clothes is in plastic bags stored away. We have like lots of storage. Everything in plastic bags.
Oh, those are great.
Those are great. So we have like fancy stuff for parties. So funny because whenever we're somewhere, everybody asks us like, where do you fit all this stuff? Your children look so cute. I'm like, in plastic bags. So we have lots of storage underneath all of these. And then in the very, very back, we store like tools and stuff. This is where the motor used to be. As you can see, we cut it out, took it out, 500 pounds less. Have a battery there that's charged with our solar panel. You know, we have sewing machine. Here's where Jay keeps like tools for underway. Stuff like that. I mean, it's very, very minimalist what we have. We have an inverter to charge things. We just keep it very simple. We have food underneath here. We have all kinds of shoes and extra things underneath here. There's just a lot of storage.
I see, there really is a lot of storage and very accessible.
Yeah, all of us have ice skates.
Really?
To go ice skating. Yeah.
But we learn how to knit.
You know how to knit?
Yeah, my dad learned from YouTube.
From YouTube?
He's knitting a sweater for my mom.
Oh, wow. Knitting.
I've been knitting this shoes.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's a knitting basket.
Yeah, this is really cool actually. This little bucket is made by a friend that lives in Newport, Rhode Island, and this is how he makes a living. He makes these wooden buckets that even hold water. Catboat John, he makes these and sells them. They're really cute.
And I knitted these things.
Oh, that's beautiful. You are great at knitting.
This is how we do it. We just keep it super simple.
Yeah.
You want me to take hombre?
What do you think? Well, I think the lighting looks great.
Yeah, you like it here?
Yeah, maybe I'll just set up my tripod right here.
Great.
It's in my
Okay.
backpack.